All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to us at Taiko World Cup 2022. The round of 32 weekend continues as we got another match ready for everybody to watch and behold. Up next, we have number 2 seed South Korea against number 31 seed Team Mexico. I am vv143110, and joining me once more being Camden Zessens. How you doing today?
I'm good. We were here just a few hours ago, so not much has changed, but I'm still doing pretty good. Also, make sure you pronounce the name correctly. It is incandescence.
Bruh.
It is hard to say. I've had people struggle with it.
It's very hard, man, okay? And I was in the middle of swallowing when I was trying to introduce you, okay? Because I ran out of breath.
Well, this is a match I am looking forward to. I have a very personal connection to the Mexican team. I'm actually friends with all of them, and I myself am Mexican American, so I 100% am always supportive of the Mexican team. I'm always excited to see them perform. To be totally honest, though, obviously the odds are against them being against South Korea, the second seed, second place last year and the year before, so they have a really tough road ahead of them. But I believe in them. I'm going to give them all my energy, and I hope that all people who support the Mexican team out there is also giving them their energy.
Unfortunately, that energy has not panned out in the rolls, as Aoi rolled a 22, and Peaceful rolled a 71. Combining together to give a roll of 93. So Mexico will be banning first, and South Korea will be banning second. So things are going to get along very shortly. We're just waiting for some more players from the South Korean side to move over to the tournament server. And Mexico still has to deliberate their very first ban. And Aoi bans DT1. Funky Dealer getting not a lot of love in the beginning of this Sunday, being banned in back-to-back matches. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Funky Dealer is probably one of the more tricky of the maps in the pool. I definitely understand why Mexico would ban that. I definitely could see South Korea being very strong on that, and that being a little bit of a weak spot for Mexico.
Yeah, alright, so South Korea. Will South Korea continue with the meta of banning No Mod 3? Which is turned into a bit of a strategy by some of the more prepared and more established and better skilled teams to try and kind of like pressure the weaker teams into some of the more challenging mod picks. Will they ban No Mod 1? Or will they just ban a song they don't like? Who knows?
So it's trying to get all the teammates in, it looks like, having a little bit of trouble with that.
Giving South Korea plenty of time to figure out what to do. As the referee tries and gets them go into the 20 side of things. Any ideas on what South Korea might go with in terms of their ban pick? Okay, never mind. No Mod 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I feel like they might go for one of the hidden, but
nope.
They did go for the no mod. I gotta say, I've been quite confused with the no mod 3 ban. I'm not exactly sure why that's been a repeated ban.
Wait,
regardless of who is being faced. I'm not sure why I've seen that over and over again.
Hey, you know what? Maybe people just don't like the map. I have no idea. I wish I knew, but I cannot provide much answers outside of maybe the map is... I don't know. I'd say out of the easiest maps in the pool, it's one of the 3 easiest, and the other 2 sound better. That's the best logic I can come up with.
I believe the only mod that Mexico has a good handle on is hidden. I honestly, I haven't been following with any player too well recently. It's not necessarily my wheelhouse, but I do remember Aoi being quite good at hidden, so I feel like Mexico's gonna have to stay in the no mod and hidden pool. I expect South Korea, this free mod 1 pick is very expected. I expect them to be using free mod to poke at the weakness of the Mexican team.
All right, and Bad Tech will be first up on the menu today. It's round the 32 matchup. It's been a popular free mod pick. 1 and 2 have been getting a lot of love, not necessarily number 3. 2 minutes in length, OD of 6. Just basically the most traditional and most straightforward free mod pick you can think of.
So we have 3 Mexicans and Peaceful. If it was a 3v1, it might be a little more fair. So, Peaceful staying in for South Korea. We have Yohi Ohi in the lobby for Mexico right now. Zavrick's gonna come in from Mexico. We're waiting on the second South Korean team.
It's probably going to be it's going to be Bamgo, I have a feeling. 4-4, also known as 4-4 for those who are not too up to date with some of the names.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kompaku come in as either. If Peaceful is going to go Hidden Hard Rock, I mean, Kompaku, I believe, is a well-established hidden player.
Oh, wow, we're both wrong.
Yeah, I was like, the contrary to...
Oh, wait, never mind! Hold up. Nice.
I think I might have predicted correctly, yeah.
Nice, very, very nice. So yeah, I think it's fairly safe to say we're expecting Hidden Hard Rock from Peaceful and Hidden from Kompaku.
I believe on the Mexican side we're gonna see Hidden from Yohi and then Hard Rock from Zavrick, I believe. I would be surprised to see a Hidden Hard Rock on the Mexican side, but of course I'm not too sure how well they prepared. And this is a very straightforward pick, as you said, so it's very possible. But as I said at the very beginning, you know, Mexico has a hard road ahead of them.
Oh, yeah, that is... Yeah, that's an understatement of the challenge that faces them today against South Korea. But you know what? Every player, every team gets the chance, and they're going to take that chance. And Xavier K, going big with Hidden Hard Rock.
So yes, Peaceful Zavrick are the Hidden Hard Rock players. Kompaku and Yohi both going Hidden. We have no just Hard Rock players in this map.
Peaceful off to the flawless start everyone expects. Parker chasing behind. Oji keeping up for the time being as well, hitting a 99.7 full combo. While Xavier K having the extra burden of Hidden and Hard Rock. It is hurting Zaxi a little bit, but for the time being he is keeping up with the single mod players.
It's definitely tough when you're the 31st seed playing Hidden Hard Rock, even if Zavrick FZs and gets 97-98% accuracy. The person he's supposed to be matching is Peaceful, who is currently double S-ing. So it's really tough to be in that position specifically, because even if he does pull off a fantastic play here...
But Peaceful missed! Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Okay, that's a big drop by Peaceful. A bit unexpected, but the accuracy deficit should keep Peaceful in front.
Well, that was a 0.6% accuracy drop. Granted, again, there's not many notes here. However, Zavrick's accuracy being at the 97% is really giving South Korea that room. The score is fairly close, though. Any more faults on the Korean team would actually give this to Mexico.
OG keeping up with Kompaku is helping a lot. Very tough player to stay toe-to-toe with. It is being done. If only Xavier K was a bit more accurate, could compete against Peaceful. But it is not enough, and South Korea getting the first point, albeit very minor scare.
Amazing plays from the Mexican team. We have Zavrick, the only Hidden Hard Rock in this lobby currently to FC. Very, very notable, that performance. The accuracy could have been better. but yeah, it's so hard to go toe-to-toe with Peaceful on Hidden Hard Rock.
Yeah,
he did get that one miss, but look, he only had 4 100s, so...
Yeah. Very unfortunate he just didn't have the accuracy to compete, but you know what? At least still managed to bring it home with the full combo. Cannot complain about that. Ojoji and Kapaku mirroring each other almost for the most part. Kapaku did get ahead of Ojoji by about 6,000 points, or I believe 2 100s. So, unfortunately, Mexico couldn't take a break point against South Korea, but now Mexico, it is their turn to strike.
Now this, okay, no time for theorizing. We'll get to that later. They're gonna go straight for No Mod 1.
Good choice, good choice.
I'd expect to see Aoi come in. Olo playing from Mexico. I mean, we'll take it.
Time to go with the Mexican buff. Just take it from your team members. It's gonna be like Taiko Draft Tournament all over again. But, moving on, we'll see if there's going to be a player swap in a moment.
Like I said, I expect to see Aoi come in. I mean, Zaverick dropped out. I don't expect him to come back. I expect him to be used for mod picks, maybe for the exception of Feral. But this is such a straightforward map. I think this is right in Aoi's wheelhouse. I do remember when Mexico first kind of debuted, Aoi was phenomenal. But contrary to my point, it looks like Hidden Taco is going to come in.
Okay. It looks like Olo will be stepping in for Kampaku. And it looks like this will be our lineup for the next pick. Bad for me. No Mod 1, about 3 minutes in length. OD is 6.3, 200 BPM. This should be a song very familiar to a lot of the players here. I believe everybody on the Mexican team was around for a different tourney where this map was used, so they should be somewhat experienced, which should make him a bit more competitive, at least in theory. Okay, and looks like they're going straight into it. Because right now this map is passing by us faster than a bicycle ride. And here we go. As we wait for everybody and everything to sync back up. There we go. So, we got 4 double. Actually, no, hang on a minute. Mexico's out in front by 1 100. Olo picked up, I think, 1 or 2 100s to begin the songs. It's a good start for Mexico. They just got to hold through it, but there's still another 1,000 plus notes to go. And definitely a couple of tricky tech patterns, especially if you're not on the top side of the tourney. But looking into a bit more of it now. Players get into the groove. They get into the stride. Mexico showing that they are the team to catch by a very incremental amount.
It's very possible in these scenarios that I might just fall silent because I don't want to mess. I don't want to mess anything up.
Oh, that's okay. I'll do it for you. It's totally fine.
I'm so dedicated to one of these teams that I can't risk it.
Oh no, it's okay. I mean, Olo did pick up another 100, but that's been traded back by Hidden Taco. And now Mexico maintaining a 200 advantage. Or is it 3 now? Actually, it could be a 3. As they go into the next PI time. Peaceful also on the double S. Struggling off that earlier random miss that he picked up last map with a very phenomenal run. But this is going to be a scary moment now because South Korea maybe can calculate fast enough and realize they're losing, while Mexico may be able to recognize that they're winning, which is a unique dynamic. And that puts a lot of tension
on the edge of my seat right now. What the heck?
Well, we're going to see in just a moment. Okay, Ojoji does pick up 100, breaking the double S. And now, things are going to tighten up a little bit more to go into the final PI times of the song. Peaceful. Oh, Hidden Taco picking up the first miss off the lobby. Oh no, Kan's very disappointed. But South Korea is extremely happy with it, even if they don't know it. But you never know, because that tension could result in Olo or Peaceful carry. But they're very experienced and very veteran players. They will not be phased by a round of 32 song. And their performances are clearly showing it. Unfortunate for the Mexican side. They were really hoping to get that point here. The opportunity was there. It was incredibly hard to do, but it was there. It just couldn't hold on. ODO doing what he needed to do, but Hintaka just could not keep up.
Finding one last miss at the end of the map. That is the most quiet I've been throughout any pick in. This is my 5th year commentating TWC. That's the quietest I've been throughout any pick.
Congrats.
I have never been so excited by the prospect of any team winning a point. Really, really unfortunate to see what happened there.
But yeah, Peaceful does get the double S. ODOJ doing very well, actually beating Olo, getting 1 100 compared to Olo's 4 100s, and Hidden Taco 3 100s, which is very respectable. Unfortunately, he does have 9 misses to go with it. So the score is now 2-0. South Korea taking it. An expected but closely fought breakpoint. And the battle continues as South Korea looking to pick a map where they can confidently pick up a point.
So with what I've seen so far is what I wanted to say earlier too is I think I actually might have been wrong earlier. I don't think Fremont is going to be a runaway for South Korea. Although South Korea is a very strong team, what I've seen so far, these two picks, is that the difficulty of the pool is low enough for Mexico to compete with this team. They did a pretty good job of holding their own on the Fremont pick. They did a great job on the no mod with one exception, one little slip up. South Korea is going to go for daily lunch special, but I personally, seeing how well Mexico is performing against a team like South Korea, I think that they could do a lot better than I anticipated against a team like South Korea. I mean, they are holding their own. They're doing a fantastic job, and I'm excited. I'm so invested in Team Mexico, and it shows.
Yep, and that is very well to see. But what's even better to see is Apple is making a return to the Taiko World Cup stage. Man, I haven't seen them around in a while. How many years has it been? Has it been 1 or 2? I think it's been 3. Since we've last seen Apple, the last time we've seen Apple is in a World Cup. It's definitely been a while. I believe it's been 3.
No. I think at very minimum it was 2.
Ooh,
maybe. 2 years ago.
It wasn't last
year.
I
do remember him playing Rampage Rag, being the only person to FC in 2020.
Okay. Maybe it's actually 2 years then.
Of course, I remember that because it's my map. But I was surprised anyone FC'd that.
Yeah. So Leiby will be also joining in as South Korea does take the opportunity to showcase some of their skill, some of their players. You know,
the same two Mexicans. We have Hidden Taco and Zaverick again.
Yep, they're staying in for another song. But here we go. We see Atlas and Leiby getting off to a good start. Hidden Taco doing very well. Avery. Oh, hang on a minute.
Hidden Taco finding a miss on that 1-6 chain.
Picking up a brutal start. But it can be recoverable if your opponents actually gave you a chance in the first place, which so far South Korea isn't giving them, as both players are still flawless. Okay, Leiby losing the losing the double S, is now picking up 100s in the Can 10 section of the song. Which is actually just enough to get very close to Xavier K. Xavier K doing a very formidable run, staying above 99%, especially on a tough hidden map like this.
Hidden Taiko finding another miss. His accuracy is not bad, it's in the 98th percentile, but I mean, Appler's double S-ing currently, Levy with a very few 100s.
And Apple is still looking flawless. Can't go wrong with that. Xavier K also holding on very tightly to that 99%, is trying to fight for it. And as we get to the closing sections of the song, South Korea will be winning this, but at least Xavier K can end with the full combo with the head tail high. And Levy and Apples will also bring it home. Very flawless results with them. 2 100s for Levy and a double S for Apples. He definitely had his lunch in the hours leading up to this match. Which, by the way...
It was a lunch special. It was a daily lunch special. I mean, he has it every day.
Of course, that's what you see. That's why they ate at 12 o'clock, so they stopped playing at 1 o'clock in South Korean time. You know? Just had to...
Every single South Korean member had their lunch, their daily lunch, and it was a special time.
And you know what? It actually kind of helped them vacuum the point away. No luck required. As now Mexico looking to get a point somewhere. Question is, where are they going to go? If we take the aesthetics of the map,
we're gonna see. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if we take the aesthetics, we're just gonna only pick Hard Rock 1 because only everything on the left-hand side's been picked.
That's one route. That's the aesthetics route.
But we're not going to the aesthetics route. We're going for the chances that Mexico can actually try and get a win, and we both know that will be no more 2.
Yeah, my prediction was going to be that Mexico is probably going to stay in the no mod and the free mod group, and the only free mod I think they would pick after this is 2. I don't know if they would risk the luck with 3, because 3 is fairly difficult. You can see a few substitutions on the Korean side. We have Kompaku coming in. On the Mexican side, we have Tatane coming in.
Alright. Oji, Client didn't do the funny mid-match. Oh no. I have no idea what he's on about, but you know what? That is okay. Because sometimes inside jokes is a very beautiful thing. And all the players running up, and we're going to get started in about 10 seconds from now. Troll the Cowardly, OD of 5, 2 minutes and 13 seconds in length, 146 BPM, and a star rating of 5.5 if you take it for its word. And with that, let's do a little bit of trolling. Or maybe the client will do a bit of trolling and not actually start the song. Okay, there we go. And here we go. Action getting underway. Now, as Incan did say before in the last match, first half of the song is much more relatively tame, but it's going to slowly and ease the players into a more difficult second half. Especially with some of the 1-6 patterns are present. You know, nailing those 1-6 and also going in with the highest of margins, the most precise of precision, is a tough ask, especially when you're playing against a very formidable team like South Korea. But you know what? So far, the Mexicans are doing it. Both of them only 100 behind. South Korea's Kompaku also picking up a 100.
Tatane picking up an extra 100. Yohi and Tatane both having matching accuracies. Again, they had matching accuracies for the first quarter of the map, and they no longer do.
And Olo, only player left on the double S. Doing a very formidable job. Let's see. Will the slow speed catch someone off guard? Oh, and right on cue, Tatane absolutely picks up a huge miss. And Ojoji does pick up a much smaller miss, but makes a fast recovery. And it's unfortunate for Mexico, because they would have loved to have won this pick. South Korea absolutely passing through, no problems whatsoever. Oh, man. That is unfortunate. Tatane trying his best. But what can you do? And South Korea is just going to be blowing out a 150,000 point victory. Oh, a bit more so. As things wrap up to a close.
A commanding win for South Korea. I do have to say, I was surprised with the No Mod 2 pick. That was not one of the things I expected Mexico to pick. No Mod is definitely their wheelhouse, but this specific map, it's not what I would have. I honestly thought they were going to go for Feral. Hindsight is 2020. So moving on, we have South Korea's match point. It is also their pick. This could seal the deal right here. And basically everything's open for them. I don't know if we're gonna even see Hard Rock this match.
Nah, come on. South Korea's got to go with Hard Rock. There's no way they don't do it.
I would like to see FM3 just because the song is amazing.
I mean, don't get me wrong, FM3's song is amazing, but practically, if South Korea wants to nail this in the back, they want to pick the tiebreaker. Oh man! Unfortunately, this isn't a specific catch tournament where that's allowed. So,
no, they banned tiebreaker now.
Oh yeah, sorry, buddy, wrong tournament. Come back to I forgot the name of it, but there was a.
They're gonna pick You Are the Miserable.
Hidden 2, bad choice.
Though assuming South Korea does take the point, we have not. Hard Rock Pool will go unplayed this match, as it should, because Hard Rock is not a fun mod.
What?
Bias.
I see. So here we go. Ojoji and Aoi will be stepping in. So we'll go, and it should be peaceful, but it'll probably be either peaceful or Kopaku. It could be anybody from South Korea, really. It's been a rough day for Mexico. And the chances of getting on the board is about to get a lot rougher, as they have to do it on Hidden 2 to do so.
Definitely, I suppose Hidden 2 is a little bit rough. It's not necessarily too difficult. A lot of the SVs are somewhat repeated, and they're not too intense, and the BPM is 163. So, all things considered, this is a fairly comfortable hidden map. But
I don't agree, simply because some of the snap switches can be very tricky, especially when there's the extra complication of some minor SV movements. I think that actually presents itself a much more difficult feat for the players at this stage of the tournament than, let's say, some of the other maps in this pool. I think this is actually a really amazing pick by South Korea. They just want to pick something very hard that some more inexperienced hidden players wouldn't be too familiar on, or at least too accurate on, and hopefully build up an advantage that way. And I think this is a great choice for them. And it will continue to be a great choice for them until their internet says otherwise. So here we go. Atlas Bamko taking on Ojoji and Aoi. Here we go. Action getting underway. 2.5 minutes long. as you said, 163 BPM and an OD of 6. Bamgo actually getting a couple of 100s in one of the lengthier streams. Always giving the lead back to South Korea out the gate, also finding some difficulty. OJ actually keeping up with Apples for now. Playing very formidably. And as we go through this section, South Korea getting a nice 10,000 lead. The higher SV resulting in a lot of 100s for Mexico. And that's going to favor South Korea as South Korea just continues to get that accuracy momentum. Just like I said before at the start of the pick. You just want to find some tricky snapping or minor SV adjustments where you can just get that extra 100s in out of the players who are a bit more inexperienced. And maybe a miss if you're lucky. And try and go for the win. And that is the plan South Korea is following, and they are following it to the T. And now as the song
leading to about 30,000 points as we hit halfway, and Aui's gonna find a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah. Everybody else still holding on tightly as always starts to collapse. OG also cannot handle the slowed pace of the song.
The 1/3 really throwing the Mexican team off there.
But Apple is also picking up a very short miss. That is unfortunate for South Korea, who wanted to finish off with 2 full combos. But they're so out in front, your lead's practically unstoppable. But you know what? Mexico will enjoy the last that they can in the winners bracket. At least they're going to be finishing off with some solid A ranks on a tough hidden map like this. Bamgo, on the other hand, the only player we haven't really touched on this whole time, going to be finishing with a full combo, as he secures a 99.9% to wrap things up. And there we go. South Korea sweeps Mexico 5-0, allowing South Korea to advance through in the winners bracket in round of 16.
So we have only one full combo, funnily enough, on this map. 3 people missed. That 1/3 section really, really detrimental for the Mexicans, giving them double-digit misses for both players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A very tough match for Mexico. I know, especially when you're being, 31st seed in taiko, which is a lot wider of a skill gap than maybe some of the other modes. Definitely had a big battle ahead of them. But, this is Taiko World Cup. You get the chance to try and take on some of the very best players in the world. And even though you may not be favorite, trying to get an extra point or two where you can leave you with some satisfaction. Unfortunately, it was not the case for Mexico today, as South Korea does pick up the victory. Congratulations to South Korea.
I have to praise the Mexican team for their performance. I think, with the exception of them falling apart at the 1/3, which is understandable, it's a totally different rhythm change. I think they performed very well. I was actually astonished to see how well they performed against a team as strong as South Korea. You're right. Taiko has a pretty decent skill gap when we're talking about the 32 seeds, second versus 31st. I was shocked to see Mexico leading at a point. I was shocked to see them be so close to South Korea's potential. I see so much potential in the Mexican team, and that's what excites me so much about seeing them come back year after year after year, is seeing this country get better and better, and hoping and seeing now live them compete with some of the best countries in the world. I mean, I think that's what all of us watch Taiko World Cup for at the end of the day.
Yep, that's a fair way to address it. Especially now that we tune ahead to our next match, which will be taking place at 9 UTC, 4 hours from now. Plenty of time for people to get a nice break. It will be Hong Kong against Poland. We'll be back for that match. And then following that, we're going to be having 2 matches taking place at 10 UTC. The one that will be broadcasted will be Great Britain against the Philippines. So, plenty of good times ahead. I hope you all stay tuned until then. And Ken, do you have anything you want to say before we wrap things up?
4 hours from now, it's going to be 4 a.m., so I will not be commentating that match. I will be sleeping, as most people on the east or western side of the world will be. So if you live on the western side of the world, good night. If you live on the eastern side of the world, good morning. And that's all I have to say.
And if you live in Australia, good afternoon. And that being said, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys soon as the round of 32 weekend in Taiko World Cup 2022 continues.